Chineke of South Florida. She is co-American Conference Player of the Year. She can find the seams and get to the basket.
South Florida in the white, Marquette in the light blue. There's Chineke, number 5 in white for South Florida, swinging it over to Sammy Puisis, number 3, and it's stolen away by who else? Jordan King. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. Here's your Marquette starting 5. I know we talked about Jordan King, but Peck, you're high on Chloe Murata inside.
Chloe Murata she wears her hard hat to work every single day. She brings the energy, the effort. She may be an undersized post player, but it doesn't matter.
King trying to dump it inside to Carlin, and it's stolen away by Dulce Fanka-Mingiadu. You mentioned Elena Chineke being the co-American Player of the Year. Well, she shared that title with number 32, Dulce Fanka-Mingiadu.
How about having 2 co-Players of the Year on the same team?
Conference tournament wasn't what they expected.
Well, conference tournament, the Bulls just did not shoot the ball very well. It was the lowest percentage all season. And one of who shot the ball really poorly was Sammy Puisis. 0 threes. This is one of the top 3-point shooters in the country.
Jose Fernandez in his 23rd season. He has more American Conference wins than anyone, passing Gino Auriemma this year. And he told us, that we kind of overlooked that game. There's Sammy Puisis, the transfer from Florida State, trying to drive in on King. She's known for her 3-point shooting. The foul called.
Puisis is the only one they're really worried about from the 3-point line.
And Puisis gets the first. From this Marquette team, Megan Duffy, look, she was a top hard-nosed player at Notre Dame. You feel like this team has taken on that personality?
100%.
No doubt.
They bring the heart, hustle, energy.
It's a long 2 for Murata. She'll take it. Off to the freshman, Brito. Will step around. And it's Marquette basketball. Emily LaChapelle. You said it. Fearless.
I love that freshman. 8 points in that first quarter against Wichita State.
Yeah, upset by the Shockers. They've started now 0 for 6 here today. LaChapelle. Go ahead. Take the 3. 7-0 run for Marquette. No field goals today for the Bulls. And finally, there one goes, Sammy Puisis.
Puisis has got to get going for South Florida. Again? Shut up, freshman. You better stop.
Chineke with the response on the other end.
LaChapelle wanted to pull that one.
Trapped in the double team. Murata. The quick work over to Carlin at the free throw line. Jordan King waiting underneath the basket, and she gets fouled.
You can see her presence on the court. I mean, this is a big moment for the freshman. First game in the NCAA tournament, she already has 8 points. It doesn't bother her.
Her season high is 13, so keep an eye on that.
Well, she'll probably get that before this quarter's over, at the rate she's going.
This is Jordan King at the free throw line for Marquette. We were talking before this game, when you coached under Pat Summitt at Tennessee, she talked about the first NCAA tournament game and the nerves.
Well, you're in the NCAA tournament and you come out with all the media, fans there. You're warming up super hard. The first 5 minutes before the first media, you're probably gassed because you're working on adrenaline. Now you've got to settle in, and that's what you would expect to see from South Florida. You see Carla Burrito on the drive there. That's a freshman, too, that has no fear, and she's got a lot of confidence on the court.
South Florida came out and started 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 6 from the field before hitting that first shot. Liza Carlin, nice move. How do they like to get her involved offensively?
They need to, because when she attracts so many defenders, then it opens up things for Murata and Carlin inside.
The scoring has been the new addition to her game this season. She's definitely upped it. Chineke's got the rebound. It's going to be a held ball possession arrow to Marquette.
That's what you like to see as a coach. Not only are the shots, the number of points going up, but the efficiency as well. We're expecting more shots, and she's doing it more efficiently.
We've got to get her involved. She takes a seat, starting 0 for 3 from the field. A very important piece for Marquette.
I love to watch La Chapelle. You watch her
trying to get the last shot of the quarter. Foul on the floor.
Need more of that to get the ball inside.
Yeah, she hasn't had a shot attempt today.
Well, the defense is really focused on her inside. Double teams are coming anytime, or the look of the digging is going to be there.
Time winding down. The kick to the corner. Ariel Wilson. Look at that bucket. Just her 5th three-pointer of the season for these teams and these players. I absolutely love the first four.
Oh, I stayed up last night. I saw St. John's beat Purdue and then saw Tennessee Tech lighten it up from 3. They hit 12 yesterday, 10 in the first half.
Bang, bang.
That's it. That was, I was trying to get my beauty rest last night. I had to stay up and watch great basketball.
What a great problem to have,
right?
And we've got every single game covered for you of the Women's NCAA Championships on our ESPN family of networks all the way to that championship game in Dallas. Nice stop by Dulcie Fanka-Mingiadu down low for USF.
Well, Fanka-Mingiadu was all over this defensive play and then recovers. Extension up, and she has improved her play so much from last year. Remember last year when we had them in the tournament against Miami? Really wasn't a factor. She has gotten in great shape, and you can see the difference, and it's really paid off for her this season.
And she was playing behind Betty Manunga, who was that main starting presence inside for South Florida. South Florida came here in the tournament last year, lost in the first round to Miami.
Well, they played at 11:30.
Yeah, this sounds
on Friday. It was like deja vu.
In Columbia here. Slow start for the Bulls today. They started 0 for 6 from the field. Sammy Puisis, a little runner on the baseline. She's got 6.
Watch how Jose Fernandez is going to run Puisis off several screens to get her involved on the offense.
So that foul was the second on Liza Carlin. So that's one of the big 3 you're watching for Marquette. But she's going to have to take a seat. And Kennedy Miles, number 44 in blue, into the Golden Eagles.
See, this is where South Florida needs to be able to take advantage. Oh, great move back to the left by Fanka-Mingiadu. And her coaches talk about how much film she watches.
Dorado with the 2. Immediately feeding inside to Dulcie, and she is fouled by Kennedy Miles, her first.
She's so strong. Dulcie just can post up. She's got great strength, athleticism. You got to get her the ball.
We're watching her record too. She has one more from being the sole possession of the rebounding record at South Florida.
That was Jordan King's first field goal.
And she's their leading scorer, 16 points a game. Offensive foul.
Blocking the defense from going. That's why she's called for that.
King. Blowing past Chineke, but doesn't make the bucket. Foul whistle. I'm talking to Megan Duffy about Jordan King. This is a player that started every game of her career. She says she's just steady Eddie. She's always that consistent player. She's never rattled.
And in the Big East tournament, though, she really got taken out of her game.
Asensio trying to get over to Puisis. She does. Puisis for 3. That's her specialty. But just her first 3-point attempt. Can we take Mackenzie to go see Marquette? Because she is a huge Jordan King fan, and they made it.
And when they got here, while Marquette was warming up, they even came down to the floor, and her mom got a picture of Mackenzie watching Jordan King going through stretching and warm up pregame.
How cool is that?
And then Jordan King just hit a 3.
Boom.
Timing.
Storytelling. 8-0 run now for Marquette. Largest lead for the Golden Eagles today, and Sammy Puisis with the response.
Well, recognizing there are other ways that she can score besides the 3. They are one of the toughest teams in this whole field to beat for a number of reasons. 1, they've got Aaliyah Boston. 2, it's their defense. But 3, their depth that they have. They can not even start and hit you hard to start the game, but then when Dawn Staley can go to her bench, not many teams in the country can match that.
And 4, apparently they're ready for a dance-off. Again, we'll see South Carolina and Norfolk State playing later today at 2 Eastern on ESPN. Mackenzie Hare, freshman out of Illinois.
Later, they were able to knock off UConn. This is a team that respects all and fears no one.
Yeah, those 2 freshmen have been important, both named to the all-conference freshman team. Yeah, those 2 victories you mentioned from Marquette, the highest ranked wins in Marquette history.
You've got to believe as a coach, that gives your players a lot of confidence regardless of who you're playing, whatever ranking there is, they can compete.
Dulcie Fanka-Mingiadu, number 32 in white, is back for South Florida. She does have 2 fouls.
There's a 9-point differential. She didn't want to go into half with 3.
Marquette went on a 6-2 run when she went to the bench with those 2 fouls. 5 seconds now. Carla Brito driving into the lane.
Good team, good offensive team to get to this point, but now how good is your defense?
Baseline rattles in and out for Jordan King. Maria Alvarez. Brito recovers. Mingiadu with the rebound and the putback.
That's why Fanka-Mingiadu was in this game.
Yeah, Dulcie Fanka-Mingiadu now the South Florida career rebounds leader. A school record this season, a single season record.
Chloe Murata has been on fire.
Just look at her just work in traffic.
She's got to demand the basketball inside.
Bulls have hit 5 of their last 6 shots. Brito open lane and she's fouled by Kennedy Miles.
She is catching the eye of WNBA pros when she plays like she did when she came back in, having those 2 fouls.
And Marquette led by as many as 9. Here she is coming up to the SEC logo. 8 seconds. King gets the shot off. And a foul on the floor on the rebound. This puts Micaiah Williams at the free throw line.
Now being able to convert those into points, even if it's getting to the free throw line. Now for South Florida, keep an eye. Number 3 in white, Grises, or Chineke, number 5 in white for the Bulls.
Alvarez gives it up to Chineke. At the free throw line, no. And Marquette's going to take a lead into the locker room here in our first round game. Because when she came back in with 2 fouls, it really got going.
3 for 3 from the floor. When the ball went inside to number 32 in white, it was almost like automatic buckets.
Marquette had some foul trouble too. Liza Carlin had to sit a lot of the first half due to foul trouble. Marquette though, 20-0 when leading at the half this season. Does that hold true today in the biggest game of the year? Air ball from Jordan King.
Carlin and Murata got to play an inside-out game. Once it comes in, kick it back out.
Carlin, number 32 in blue for Marquette.
And everything that South Florida is trying to do is off the bounce, really creating one-on-one. Like we talked about, only 1 assist in that first half.
And that's kind of South Florida's offense, right? I mean, there's so much going on. There's chaos. Megan Duffy was like, I'm a little concerned about keeping up within the possession.
But Duffy's got to be pleased.
Brito gets 1 for 2. 9 points for the freshman, Carla Brito.
Brito has the responsibility of keeping up with Chloe Murata, number 52. That's who we showed you hitting those short mid-range jumpers.
LaChapelle, she was big in the first quarter, 8 points for her. Those are the kind of things that helped the South Florida team win the AAC regular season championship, their second title.
I love how LaChapelle keeps her eyes up, down the floor, very confident in her handles.
Jordan King, a little fadeaway. Chineke off the screen, coughs it up.
That gap defense takes away the driving lanes.
The pull-up in transition from Nkumu won't go. Offensive rebound again. Not so fast as Ariel Wilson up ahead to Brito. And Carla Brito's going to the free throw line. For more information on tournament game times and networks, go to ncaa.com.
How's your bracket, Lyle?
I didn't pick it either. Murata was looking for Carlin underneath the basket. LaChapelle, 8 seconds. Back to Carlin. Rebound by Puisis. LaChapelle is going to foul Ariel Wilson.
Elevator screen.
Puisis rolls around. Benjamin-Gianu going to the free throw line. In the first half, she already set the South Florida single season rebounding record.
Ran a little elevator screen for Sammy Puisis. Great offensive rebound position where she got the finish. She just couldn't finish at the free throw line. And not allowing offensive putbacks.
Jordan King stepping to the free throw line. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
The leadership that Jordan King brings, the moxie that she has on the floor. It's comforting as a coach.
Chineke still trying to get that to fall in the basket. King foul.
It's an easy 2. High percentage shot.
Marquette has led by as many as 9 today. Jordan King at the free throw line.
She's Co-American Player of the Year.
Yeah, alongside her teammate, Benjamin-Gianu.
She's got to share the ball. She didn't have to do it by herself. Number 5 in white.
Bucket for King. Meanwhile, South Florida 1 for 9 here in the third quarter. Puisis elevating. And LaChapelle got her on the elbow. Sammy Puisis to the free throw line. She's 2 points away from 1,000 for her career. There's one. There's her dad, Ed, watching on.
He's got his bull symbol
Horns up.
That's it.
1,000. 1,000 career points for Sammy.
She's gotten there today without yet hitting a 3-point shot.
She's only taken 2. She's hit 108 threes on the season. That's tied for first in the nation with Caitlin Clark.
Sure.
That's 14 points now for Chloe Murata.
Or Miss Marquette.
That's right. Yeah, she's a 4th generation Marquette Golden Eagle basketball player. I don't think I've ever met a player like that. That's awesome.
That is loving your school.
Her mom, Kim, was a cheerleader at Marquette, and she's playing at Marquette.
4 generations.
She did tell me she did have a choice on where to go to school.
Okay.
But chose Marquette.
Oh, there must be something really special about Marquette.
Murata with 17 points, 1 of 3 in double figures, and it's the largest lead for Marquette in this game. Mid-range, she's feeling it. Gonna coin it.
I like that line.
Benjamin-Gianu, double team, working through it, yes.
Teka Mingiato is going to have to go to work if the Bulls don't want this to be their final game of the season.
King getting her own rebound. And then Emma Johansson will take control for South Florida. Bulls just 3 for 12 here in the third quarter. That's a nice drive and bucket for Sammy Puisis. And their leading scorer, Chineke, 1 for 9 from the field today. Murata to the free throw line. Murata, King, and LaChapelle, 41 total points combined. That was the trio we were watching.
But she hit those 2 early threes in the first quarter.
Foul underneath as Mingiato was going up for it, and this one's going to be on Rosen Kumu, her third.
Now Marquette got with the 2 freshmen with Hare and LaChapelle on the floor.
Here's Mackenzie Hare. Murata, give her the basketball. She will score.
Number 52 in blue.
Mingiato and 1.
Willing to step inside that 3-point line and knock it down.
3-point play complete for Dulce Fanka Mingiato. Gives her 17 points, 9 rebounds. For 5 and white. Guarded by Nkumu.
Gonzalez really all over Chloe Murata.
Murata on the glass. Give her the bucket. Places feeding Chineke. And Elena Chineke to the free throw line for all 90 NCAA championships. South Carolina, Norfolk State, that'll be at 2 Eastern. About 45 minutes from now over on ESPN.
And especially when Marquette had defensive numbers back.
8 seconds. LaChapelle to Liza Carlin. Gets her own rebound. Drives in. And that ends the scoring drought. It was 4.5 minutes. Puisis stepping into it, pretty from the elbow.
And she has been money for them, especially from the mid-range.
And to the tune of 25 points. Kumu to Carlin. It was tipped up in the air, 5 seconds now.
Well, South Florida's got to look at getting a post up, isolation inside. Little ball screen action.
Chineke to the rack. Closest since the first minute of the second quarter. Just a 2-point lead now for Marquette, who's led by as many as 11.
Now Marquette can be patient, but they've got to play through the hands of Jordan King.
They overshoot Chloe Murata.
And the Bulls will need more of that down the stretch.
90 seconds to go. South Florida has not led today. Chineke drives in. Fanka Mingiato with the putback. South Florida's bench exploding. It's the 4th foul on Chloe Murata.
This is what you expect when it's an 8 versus 9 seed. Look, neither team wants to go home. Rebounding can decide the outcome. Rebounding, and can you make your free throws down the stretch?
First lead for South Florida. Marquette had an 11-point lead. A minute to go, and it's off the fingertips of Jordan King. 8, Chineke for 3. There it is! American Conference Player of the Year. It'll be Rosen Kumu to inbound. Jordan King, the veteran, back to Carlin, and she's fouled.
Marquette needs to run a play going to the basket. So if they get fouled, they can get an opportunity for a free throw.
King looking for the layup, and she will get to the free throw line. She's fouled by Fanka Mingiadu.
Jose Fernandez wants a timeout to advance the basketball.
Both drop in for Jordan King. South Florida has to get this ball in. They do to Chineke. Held ball. Possession arrow to Marquette. And Kumu. Over to Carlin now. 10 seconds. There's Jordan King, and she is fouled before the shot. So there's the one foul to give.
King had a wide open look.
Inbound to Carlin. Back to King. 7 seconds.
Called in.
Oh, they called a foul on Carla Brito.
Carla Brito. You can't go through a screen. You got to go under or over. South Florida, no timeouts. So they got to get it and go.
Tie ball game. 3.9 seconds for South Florida. Elena Chineke. More basketball coming from Columbia.
Chloe Murata and Liza Carlin both have 4 fouls.
Yeah, Chloe Murata has been big offensively. 25 points for Marquette to lead the Golden Eagles. Mackenzie Hare, too, getting the start overtime after hitting those free throws to get us here. 3 players on the deck, and this is going to be South Florida basketball.
They're going to need to panic.
Brito for 3. King for 2. Offensive rebound, Murata. Hare driving, and she'll go back to the free throw line.
8 seconds left on the clock. I got to knock down 2 threes to tie the game or win it. Got 3 players around her.
Yeah, leaves Brito open. Driving, trying to get past Carlin. So Carlin will take a seat. South Florida took its first lead of the game with 1:21 to go in regulation. And thanks to a couple of Mackenzie Hare free throws, we're here in overtime.
Really 4 true guards on the floor. It could mean that Jordan King can play that 4-5 interchangeable position with Chloe Murata.
King. Layup misses, and it's South Florida ball, and Murata, if she's the one whistled for this foul, that's going to be her 5th.
Oh, that is.
Yes. So now Liza Carlin and Chloe Murata have both fouled out. This is her last season in a Marquette uniform. She doesn't want it to end here. Two-point lead for South Florida. La Chapelle, and one coming. La Chapelle came out at 8 early points.
Bulls haven't had a look from Elena Chineke.
Brito got loose. Jordan King in the lane, back to the free throw line.
She's a 3-point shooter now. She's a bomber. Watching her play earlier in the season in the Bahamas.
Now South Florida, they've got a great option inside, and Fanka Mingiadu, who's got 21 points today. And this woman right here, Elena Chineke, finding her offense late in this game. Hare, the step back. Think of Mingiadu all over the glass. They've had a lot of time to think about it, how they came out flat, how they didn't get the job done as the #1 seed in the American Conference tournament. One of two for Dulce. Marquette has to inbound this ball. They don't have a timeout. 7.3 on the clock. Jordan King gets it right back. They'll let Hare take the shot. It rolls out.